Right, welcome back to my channel, the MS Glory broadcast, where we are reviewing the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, chapter by chapter. And today I'm taking my next step into Genesis chapter 2. In Genesis chapter 1, we saw God as the Elohim, the cosmic architect of the stars. But in Genesis chapter 2, we are zooming in our camera. We move from the big picture to the garden and the soil of it. It's here that we discover we are not just a line item in a cosmic ledger. We are the result of God getting his hands dirty to create you and I. This chapter is the foundation of human identity, the foundation of human work, and the foundation of human intimacy. If you've ever wondered what it actually means to be human, this is where the answer begins. Stay with us as we go through Genesis chapter 2. So, who wrote this and where are we? As we discussed in the previous video, this is a part of the Torah traditionally attributed to Moses. While chapter 1 was a chronological hymn of creation, chapter 2 is a recap that focuses specifically on the sixth day. God plants a garden for the man. He provides before he asks for anything in return. We are in Eden, not just a geographical location, but a temple garden where heaven and earth overlap perfectly. It's the original home. There are three things we need to know from Genesis chapter 2. Number 1, the dust and the breath. Number 2, the vocation of work. And then number 3, the mystery of marriage. Verse 7, the dust and the breath. It says, then the Lord God formed man out of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. We are a paradox. We are fragile dust, yet we carry the Spirit of God. We are animated earth. We are walking dust. God has made us in his image. What a creator he is. The vocation of work. Genesis chapter 2 verse 15, we are told that before the fall, there was a work. God put man in the garden to work it and take care of it. This tells us that work isn't a curse, it's a dignity, the mystery of marriage. In verse 21 to 24, the creation of woman from the side of the man. The Hebrew word used for Eve is often translated as helper, but it actually means a necessary ally. The same word was used to describe God as our helper. It's about a partnership of equals that completes the human picture. The thing that really made me pause this week was the description of the two trees. We often focus on the tree of knowledge, but don't miss the tree of life. Right in the center, my catching moment was realizing that God gave Adam and Eve total freedom with one single boundary. The boundary wasn't there to ruin their fun. It was there to give them a choice to trust. So love isn't love if you are forced to stay. The boundary actually made their freedom real. It reminds me that God's no is always a protection of a much bigger yes. The call to surrender. This brings us to a bit of a crossroad. In Genesis chapter 2, we see the perfect relationship between God and man, but we know how the story goes later. We've all tried to find our own Eden or define our own knowledge of good and evil. The gospel connection here is stunning. Jesus is called the last Adam, where the first Adam failed in a garden. Jesus surrendered in the garden, Gethsemane. He took the thorns of our failed work so we could have the breath of life. To surrender to Jesus is to let him breathe new life into your dust and lead you back to the presence of God. We are coming home to God. So, here is my question for you today. Which part of your dusty life, which part of your dusty work, which part of your dusty relationship, which part of your daily grind needs the breath of God today? I'd love to hear your reflections in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. If you're enjoying the journey so far, do subscribe, and I will see you in chapter 3, where unfortunately things start to get messy. See you then. Bye-bye.